Good evening and welcome to Battlezone, the premises wherein this weekend's Fate Reforged pre-release will be taking place. And tonight, I, Chris York, and my co-host,
I'm Amir.
Amir. We've selected a couple of cards which we've identified as the dogs of the set. We're both going to get some kicks in on those. We're going to spend 2 minutes basically just pouring bile onto these cards, cursing their creators.
A bile blight, really, of the cards. Alright, so for my card, which I want to, beat up, it's Archrist of Karsai.
I don't know this card. Can you please explain?
You don't really need to know it for very long, but for now you should know it. It's a 4 mana, 5/2 Defender Beach.
5/2?
5/2 Defender. So it's not going to be aggressive.
Okay.
So it's essentially going to block one thing and die.
Right.
At 4 mana.
Right.
So you've already taken a few hits out of it. If you want to block on the ground, it's going to die to any morph creature.
Yeah.
It's not going to do much, and you've lost time and value because you've paid probably more mana for a morph, obviously.
Yeah.
And well, you're not going to anything you're blocking and flying, it's going to kill you.
So super fragile, kind of expensive.
Yeah.
It's a green card, right?
It's a green card.
I'm reading green card from the little reach
yes,
flavor.
From the reach thing, it's you see a bunch of guys just shooting arrows. If they were shooting arrows, I'd presume they can at least tap and shoot a creature rather than kill themselves.
So you're gonna say even in limited, this card is a dog.
I think in any form. Well, let's forget standard. For sure.
Yeah.
You have better ways to kill a creature in standard.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, even limited, I'd rather. There's so many other cards. I mean,
so
really.
many.
See, you need to. It has a body of 2. That means it can't block anything without dying.
You can block tokens.
A 1/1 token.
Yeah. But that's it.
I mean, you're not blocking your manifest. You're not blocking morphs. You're not blocking anything flying. So,
Amir, I'm not going to say that I disagree.
You like this card, don't you?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that I like this card. But I am going to say that what could help this, and what you're maybe not taking into consideration, is the effect of bolster. Because of the low toughness, it's going to automatically be a bolster magnet.
Well, isn't bolster choosing the power creature with the lowest power?
No, lowest toughness.
Lowest toughness.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think that the people are going to bolster this and block forever?
Yeah, it still sucks. it's still an awful card.
You know what?
I mean, I'm trying my best to disagree with you here, but I have to agree. It's awful.
Listen, Palace Siege or this? Sorry. There we go.
All right, our last dog card, and there's a reason, actually, Amir, that I called this the dog card section.
It's a dog.
It's a dog. It's a hound shaman. It's also a green card. Green really seems to have a bumper
excellent cards,
crop
right?
of awful cards. This one's called the Obzon Beastmaster, and wait till you get a load of him.
All right.
One green, 2 colorless.
1 green, 2 colorless.
And you get the 2/1 body that you love on 1 mana creatures, but hate on 3 mana creatures. And guess what it does? Guess what its special ability is?
What?
I'm going to read this directly. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if, this is the big one.
I like drawing cards though.
Yeah, but if you control the creature with the greatest toughness, or tied for the greatest toughness. Now here's the important thing. This Beastmaster is not going to bring the toughness on his own. You hate cards that don't work well unless they have a partner. This guy is not going to bring the toughness that you need to draw a card unless he's the only creature on the board. I mean, let's talk a little bit about the kinds of 2/1 creatures that green normally gives for 3 mana. I'm thinking Reclamation Sage.
2 mana?
It comes
3 mana.
3 mana.
That's a harsh one.
It comes into play. It always will kill an enchantment or an artifact. It's not if anything. This guy's an if card. And if we want to direct cards with green, we've got the Eidolon of Blossoms. We have the slightly less awesome elf in M15. I forget what she's called.
We have for 2 mana the elf that for the Timur colors. That one's pretty good. It's a 2/1.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is so many more good utility creatures for green that would fill this slot in any deck. I mean, this guy is writing a promissory note. He's saying, I might pay you back a card. If I come in with some money.
If I'm alone.
I won't. But if I got a friend and he'll front me a card, you'll get it someday. Right. If your opponent does not have a bigger one.
Yeah.
So there's so many ifs here. It's if you have another creature that's bigger than the opponent, if the opponent is one that's bigger than that other creature. This guy's doing nothing. He's 2-1 for 3, and I can get a 2-1 for 1, as I've amply demonstrated.
With your great woe maker, I mean.
Yeah. So what's your take on this guy?
Okay, so as you know, your card, well, it kills my Kasali archers for 1.
Right.
So it's still better than that, I feel.
So you feel like I could have chosen a worse card. So I've kind of failed in some way to choose.
You couldn't choose the best of the worst, but
right.
I think you think that's a pretty bad card, I must admit.
Yeah.
What I do think though, it might be okay in limited.
Really?
I mean, you're in a board stall.
Oh.
You know, you're going extra turns.
Yeah, and this 2-1's not going to break that board stall, is it?
But in a board stall, so you know you might be lucky and have a bigger creature, and then you just draw cards. I like drawing cards.
Okay, best case scenario, you've got what? A Wall of Frost and your Beastmaster, and you're reliably drawing a card a turn behind your 0/7 wall.
One more card than your opponent. Remember that.
Yeah, but you still have a Wall of Frost and a Beastmaster, neither of which are winning you the game. So you've invested 2 cards in this ridiculous strategy, which has a very, very low chance of paying.
Don't get me, you're not going to win any Pro Tours with this card, that's for sure.
No. I mean, you might, but it's incredible.
Yeah, if your opponent has it.
if they have a stroke mid-match, you know, that you might win that on a technicality. But I think this is the dog of the set. The hound that nobody wants. Send him back to the kennel. No one's adopting this one.
I really don't want this card at all. This card is just terrible. I agree with you. It's a terrible card, but you know, there could be worse, I think. I think you could have shown more bile.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, I've demonstrated amply that there are several other.
I don't know. I think you're the guy that likes 2-1s, really.
Well, I'm selective. I like certain 2-1s. I despise others.
Now,
that concludes our mini set review for Fate Reforged. From Battlezone, I'm Chris.
And I'm Amir.
Till next time.
Oh no, we screwed the tagline. Results!